How are single-income households surviving in this economy? I make $20 an hour but I live alone. I don't date because I can afford it and I keep most of my electronics unplugged while I'm at work to save on electricity. I paid my phone off years ago, so that's not an issue. My vehicle's kinda old, so no car note, thank God. Full coverage for my car is on $80 a month. I'm a pretty good cook, so I cook at home. I only need to buy one of those 30 rolls of toilet paper packs once a year. Same with toothpaste and paper towels and stuff. I just play PlayStation 5, go to work, come home, watch Hulu and eat. Rinse and repeat. My kids are grown, and I'm single. I bought my first house 30 years ago, so I've rolled the equity forward all these years. I own a nice little house in a nice area. I make mid-$80s and don't use credit cards or go on big vacations because I'm too afraid to waste money like that. I have 3 months emergency savings that I'm trying to build to 6. But shit always goes sideways, I swear. SMH, I do have a decent 401k and live a comfortable life, but damn, I can see how young people would struggle. I went to the grocery the other day and spent $200. WTF? Well, it's just me and I live in a bachelor. Not even a full-sized apartment. I have a mini fridge and I had to buy a deep freezer in order to properly buy groceries. At least I have my own bathroom and no roommates, I guess. No stove or oven either, so I had to buy a single burner from Canadian Tire. The quality of living has gone down tremendously. I don't feel like I live in Canada anymore. The price I'm paying for my bachelor is a little more expensive than what I was paying for a 2-bedroom apartment pre-pandemic. For me personally, it's just me. I live in a house I bought before the housing boom of the early 2000s, and after a few lean years around the pandemic, I have a job that pays decent money and has good benefits like paying 100% of my health insurance premiums. If I didn't have these things, I'd be fucked. According to Zillow's estimate, if I rented this house right now it would cost well over half my monthly counting utilities and upkeep. I literally can't afford to live in my neighborhood anymore. We have 2 kids and one on the way. I'm a som and my husband is an engineer. The only, and I mean only, way we're making it work is because we got lucky and bought a cheap-ass house in 2015, refinanced down to 2.8 rate in 2020, so our monthly mortgage payment is very low comparatively to rent or other folks trying to buy a starter home right now. No student loans anymore or car loans at the moment either. Still feels like we're a lot more squeezed than we were even just 2 years ago though. Midwest, lower cost of living. Purchased our house at the right time and sold my fixer-upper at the right time. Mortgage is under 4, payments are about $1,100 with insurance. In my career I have a company vehicle and company gas. My wife has her own vehicle, 0 interest, low monthly still and NVLW coverage. We have 0 kids. We have cats. I have health insurance on our cats that pays out 80 of the fix, so that covers a lot. My wife is a coupon queen. She makes a $300 grocery run, $97. Great. Wages are up. Stock market is stable for now. Interest rates on savings accounts is sky high. Prices have stabilized. Jobs market is still hot. That recession everyone's been predicting forever hasn't happened. The SAVE plan will drop student loan spending dramatically, especially on interest costs. It's not a good time to buy a house right now, but otherwise it's been a good year financially. Personally it's been horrific, but financially I've got no complaints. Struggling badly. I'm at the cascading event now where by being poor and not being able to afford dental vision, it's going to just get worse. Root canal was already out of the question when I was insured. Now? Impossible. Free dental work is backed up for months from any provider because everyone else is in the same boat. I wouldn't wish this type of misery living on my worst enemy. Everyone deserves to live better than the situation I'm in, and that's not asking much. They're not. The entire economy is against them, not by intent, but due to greed. It would be different if we were all on the same side, not better, but there would be an answer in sight. The top 25 of this country think everything is alright, that our society was meant to be this way, with some at the top and many at the bottom. It doesn't work that way. No one in this country should be left behind. Indentured servitude is real and not okay. I'm a single mom of 2 living in MA. I do not get child support and I cover 100 of the health insurance. I pay $2,500 in mortgage and that's one of my bi-weekly checks. The rest is paid with the other check and I do Uber and DoorDash on the weekends I don't have my kids. I am blessed to have a $92,000 salary working in the medical device industry, but even at that, it's not enough. I don't know how other people do it. I make $120,000 a year. We own both cars, 2011 car and 2017 van, both bought used. We have no CC debt. I have just $5,000 in student loans, $120,000 from 2006. Live in a moderately affordable southern city. 3 young kids, 2 in public school, not really old enough for extracurricular. Most meals are prepared at home. We hardly have enough money after the mortgage, $4,000 mo. I don't know, man. I'm sitting in my motel, praying to God my new job works out, or I'm going to have to sell the car, and pray it all works out. I honestly ran out of money 4 months ago and became a paycheck-to-paycheck person for the first time in my life. I go to bed rattling around every horrific outcome. At least war itself has become a strange escape from my crushing debt. Many single-income households and households where there is more than one income are barely making ends meet. Some people use coupons, go to a food pantry, or shop at discount stores. When I'm having a hard time making ends meet, I go to a food pantry and shop at discount stores. I save money by using coupons, eating homemade meals, and going to free events. Single parent here. We quit eating meat and most dairy. I buy a big jug of concentrate Castile soap and make my own hand soap, cleaning products, etc. Fast food is less frequent, and often just small snacks instead of meals. I buy as much as I can at the dollar store, Facebook Marketplace liquidation store. We also do a lot of free activities around town. We are struggling immensely, and it's making tensions high. Our grocery bill has become astronomical, and we've cut corners in so many places. Eating out rarely happens, and more processed foods are coming in again. I hate it so much. I'm looking for work, which is going to be awful for how our family functions. We're not surviving. We're drowning. Small town Wisconsin is pretty okay. I live alone. I work in a factory on the DuPont schedule. Can manage expenses fine. I don't go out a lot or do a lot of treating myself, but that's not due to lack of money. I just generally don't do much random spending. I also am not a picky eater, so eating the same thing or eating simple things is cheap and easy by not having children. Luckily for us, we don't want them either. Money is tight and I can only save up a little bit a month with some luck. Hopefully that changes soon, since we didn't plan on it staying a single income household. I'm 30 and I cannot imagine how I'd deal with it if we actually wanted kids, just impossible, probably heartbreaking. By making a lot of money. Not meant to be a brag, just that's how we do it. I pull in a very good income, which means wife doesn't need to work. She chooses not to, and I get a clean house with a greatly reduced chore load. Win-win as far as I'm concerned. But it would not be possible if I hadn't basically fallen backward into a high-paying career. We aren't going anywhere fun. Doing a lot of cheap experiences together near home, like fishing, swimming, and hunting together. Started raising rabbits for meat in 4 hours, and my kids love this cheap meat and even help butcher, so that's a win. Groceries have gotten way out of control, so eating more home-style meals that grandma used to make. Good. Have 3 daughters and a wife. Kids do sports and play instruments. Budget is number one thing that allows the single income. Have 1 car payment and a mortgage. Take a vacation every year. Wife hasn't worked in 17 years and I don't make 6 figures, so just dedication to the life I want for my family and working to get there. It's tight, but we're doing it. Gotta keep a close eye on our spending, especially groceries. Put a temporary hiatus on retirement saving until I go back to work. But also, we saved a lot when we were double income, no kids, and we have no debt except our house. If we had car or student loans payments, it wouldn't work at all. Single income household with 3 kids here. First gen immigrant, should I say more? To clarify, I did whatever shit I had to do to reach 6 figures. If I can give one advice, invest in yourself. Find a good industry, find a mentor and go to school. Get as highest degree as you can get. It will pay off. Don't be afraid to reach out to friends or relatives. This economy could get worse and need to prepare. Maybe get together with some friend to share expenses in same home. I ask for family help and I know some here do not have family. Best wishes, please take care, and I'll be praying for all in need. One word: vasectomy. I just started working, plus I'm still going to school, but in the last almost 5 years with my husband, the way we have survived in this economy is deciding not to have kids. After we had that talk, a lot of the stress fell off or got a lot less important, which made life a lot easier. Live simply, own few things, never buy in excess, skip doctor and dentist visits when insurance isn't available, reuse as much as we can, and steer clear of single-use items. I won't lie, though it is difficult. Additionally, your definition of comfort is probably very different from mine. Tired. I work full-time. I go to school full-time. Daily home responsibilities, cooking, cleaning, etc. I spend a lot of my time at home with my dog, and when I can, I make time for my social life. I make about 180K a year right now, and finishing my degree for a self-promotion job hop. Was fortunate enough in my timing to buy a house right before the pandemic, while I was still a double-income couple, and we made the extremely smart choice of setting our budget at something we could afford on a single income rather than maxing out what the bank was willing to loan us. My family's members who could sustain a family and purchase a home on a single income while working as deliverymen and chauffeurs only 2 or 3 generations ago. Even with 2 incomes, my husband and I, who now own a home, could not afford the houses that our grandparents purchased. The reality is the economy is much healthier than people think. There's still very low unemployment and a robust job market with real wage growth. Inflation is the problem, and certain goods and services in particular are very expensive, but overall things are not actually that bad. Severe budgeting. I'm the only person working in my household right now, as my wife watches after our baby. Which means I cover all of us on my health insurance. I pay the gas and insurance for 2 cars, and I pay for groceries for us. Without a tight budget we would sink.